My brother sent me a link to this Mach 1 that's being parted out, and I felt really bad because it has a really nice straight body. You can see they've already got the wheels off the car. It's a dark shadow gray Mach 1, and you can see it had some really neat upgrades on the car, and I'm going to go over what is listed in the advertisement. But the seats looked pretty good. Of course, the back seat always looks better than the front, but even the front seats looked really good besides a little tear in the middle of the front, and that's to be expected. This car has 180,000 miles on it, and it had the interior upgrade package. It looked really good. It was a 5-speed manual car as well, and you can see the pedals are still all there, and the gauges, and the shift ball. The airbag's gone on the passenger side, but that might be because they've already been taking parts out of it. As far as what's wrong with it, they said that the engine won't turn over, but it will crank, so it's really sad. It has a built bottom end, they said. So unfortunately, now the car is starting to miss parts. You can see here in these pictures, people are going and starting to strip it. And I think that's really sad because this car had a lot of good parts on it. It was in decent shape, and it was a rare '03 Mustang Mach 1. So I'll go over a little bit of what they're advertising the car has on it. Like I said, it had 180,000 miles. Built bottom end. So what that means, for those who don't know what that means that the pistons, the rods have all been upgraded to handle a lot of power. And the 5-speed Mach 1s already came with a forged crankshaft. The car had nice Coney yellow adjustable shocks, Maximum Motorsports rear adjustable lower control arms, Maximum Motorsports caster camber plates. It had the OEM cats, which this car's in California, and so that's actually quite sought after right now because of emissions and things that are going on in that state that make people want those things. It had the sought after MGW short throw shifter for the TR3650 transmission, Magnaflow catback, rear H&R Super Sport lowering springs, those are very desirable, C&L cold air intake, drilled slotted rotors, and HIDs. And that's all really nice stuff, and it's sad because this car was put together nicely, and it was a nice car, and it probably wouldn't have taken much to get it back on the road. And so for me, it's hard to see a nice limited production Mach 1 like this get parted out, probably just because they don't have the money to fix it. And so I still don't see why they wouldn't sell it as a roller. And maybe they will sell the shell for that later, and maybe they know they can sell all the parts and the shell and make a little bit of money, but I would think it'd be so much easier just to have somebody come take it as a roller car for 2 or 3 grand and have someone else build it up and enjoy it. I understand the car has 180,000 miles. Maybe it's not perfect. I can see the back bumper has some damage there, but it still has the C-pillars and glass and everything, and maybe the paint's not in perfect shape, but this would be a great daily driver for somebody if they could just put it back together cheap. So I hope somebody buys the car as a shell and puts it back together, makes a race car out of it, or even preserves it for several years and then restores it as a Mach 1. I think that'd be really cool. So if you ever buy this car, if you're watching this video, put it in the comments. I'd love to hear if you know what happens to the car. I just really wanted to document this car. The parts will be sold, the listing will disappear, and we may never see the car again, so at least it'll be here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more of these Mustang stories.